Well, it's winter in Dallas, Texas. I'm out by the pool wearing a jacket and shorts. There was snowing last week and today it's going to be 60 degrees. But enough about the weather. What I'm talking about today, or what I'm looking at today, is the simplest mic setup for an iPhone that I've ever used. This is the Rode Wireless Micro. I'm holding the case in my hand, which is about the size of a case for iPods. It is extremely small and the mic themselves are extremely small. I've got it clipped on my jacket right here and they are pretty amazing. I'm going to record the entire video over here across my pool because I'm about 40 feet away and the mics are rated at 100 meters and so that would be 300 feet. But the ability to use a wireless mic into your iPhone with no fuss, no issue setting it up is a game changer for me. And the point being is with this particular setup, all you do is plug the mic receiver into the phone. And this phone I'm using is an iPhone 16 Pro Max. You just plug it in via USB-C and you open this case and there's two mics in here. You take the mic out and clip it on your shirt and that's literally it. There is no setup required. Now they do have a Rode app. I'm using the Rode Central app. You can go inside that and you can select how you want the mic to record, whether there's two mics that come with the kit. So you can do merged, which the two mics will go across both channels, or you can do split. And that way the mics will go on separate channels, which is probably the way I would record more times than not. And the other thing it has in there, again, it's super simple, is a gain assist function. So these mics have that auto gain feature, just like some of their other mics, or actually all their other mics do now. And it works not like 32-bit float. It's not 32-bit float, meaning 32-bit float, if you're recording something too low or too high, it will protect. You don't have to worry about it. You really don't have to set the levels, or you don't set the levels. With these, you do set the levels, but this will protect it from recording too hot. That's the idea anyway. And in my experience, it works really well. I have it set on medium. You can do high, medium, or low. But I'm using the Kino app right now, and the audio sounds great with very few adjustments. And in the Kino app, you can't adjust the audio. You can't set the level. If I was using Blackmagic or another app, you could. But in this case, I'm trying to keep it super simple because that is the key thing about this setup, is it is very easy and very simple to use. And speaking of simple, the kit comes with just the case that I mentioned, a USB-C cable to charge it, and then the two mics and the receiver, and then two windshields or wind muffs that connect onto the mic. I'm not using it right now because it's not windy, or I don't think it is anyway, but you can connect that to the mic and it works very easily, and they seem to be pretty effective. It does make the mic a little larger and more of an eyesore, so to speak, when you're recording, when it's on your collar or your shirt. However, if you're out in wind, it really is a necessity, and so I would definitely use it. And so it's nice they come with it. The negative to it though is those don't fit on the mic and then into the case. And so while it's so nice to have a compact setup, you can't put those in the case and take it with you. You have to have them separately, which will lead to me either losing them or forgetting them. So I do wish it fit in there. What I'm doing is taking the entire case and dropping it in a small bag. That way I have it contained. Now the case is a charging case, and so the mics themselves, they're rated to last about 7 hours. That's what Rode says. But then if you have the case fully charged, you can get 2 more cycles out of that without having to plug it in again. So you're talking 21 hours of audio you can record with one charge, meaning the case being charged. And then the case recharges very quickly. I can't remember how long it takes, but I think it's a few hours. And so overall, it's a great system in that respect, very portable, and you still have a lot of battery life. And so depending on what you're doing, you don't need to worry about taking a bunch of chargers and plugs and such with you. Now, sticking to that simple theme, the mics themselves are just that. They are a mic transmitter. You cannot record audio into them like the bigger brother, the Wireless Pro, and you also cannot plug a lav mic into it. So it is just a transmitter that connects to you, and it is the mic. And so if you're looking to do anything more advanced, like again, using a lav or wanting to record like a field recorder, these won't work in that respect. But that's not what these are for. To me, these are for people that mainly create video with their phone, because that is one thing, these mics will not work with a traditional camera. They only work with USB-C devices, and mainly that means phones or Android phones. However, they will work with the Osmo Action 5, and I believe the 4 as well. They have USB-C input. They'll also work with the Insta360 action cameras. I'm not sure about GoPro, but they should, but they may not, because GoPro doesn't work as well as the other brands with USB-C mics, at least in my experience. So that's just something to keep in mind, that these are really designed for mobile devices only. They don't come with any analog cables. And so if you want that, you'll want to step up to the Rode Pro mics, the Wireless Go, the Wireless Me, or the Wireless Pro. And I've reviewed all those on my channel, and they're all great. The really cool thing is though, this mic right here, in my opinion, sounds pretty much identical to those other mics. Okay, mic check, mic check. This is the Rode Wireless Pro. I'm sitting in a room, an interior room that is slightly reflective, and I have the mic clipped on my shirt, but this is how it sounds. And so we'll compare it to the Rode Wireless Micro, but this again is the Rode Wireless Pro, and it normally sounds pretty good. All right, mic check, mic check. I'm now using the Rode Wireless Micro in the same room, slightly reflective, and I am recording this audio into the Kino app because you have to have a receiver going into a USB device to record with this mic. The previous mic actually recorded directly into the mic because it does have a field recorder option, which is a nice option. But these Rode Wireless Micro are very good, again, especially for recording into various mobile devices. And I think these sound really good as well. So the theme of this video is simplicity or ease of use, and they really excel at that. So if you're looking for a mic that you just plug in and shoot, this is ideal, especially if you're using an iPhone or a mobile device that takes USB-C. The negative would be, as I've mentioned earlier, you can't use them with any other camera. And so you're pretty much limited to the USB-C, or I should say they make a lightning version of this well if you have an older iPhone. But that can be great for mobile video and such, but then it kind of shortens the life of them if you want to use them with other cameras. And the price at the time of this video is around $150, and so they are on the high side, I think. I wish the price was lower, especially compared to some competition, like from DJI, and they work with all cameras, or the Hollyland mics. They also work with smartphones or traditional cameras. However, again, with this, the footprint on your phone is just so small, and I really think that can outweigh the other mics, even though it costs a little bit more, because you're not having to deal with cables. You can just shoot with such a minimal footprint. And for a lot of people, that's the way they like to shoot. But like right now, I'm using a Beast Grip, the Moment case with the Moment Quick Lock ND filter, and then this mic plugged in. And it's just a great way to go. Now, the other negative would be though, since I'm using the USB-C port, I can't plug in like my Lexar drive to do SSD recording. Now, you could, but then I'd have to use the hub to connect it. And so again, it works fine in that respect, but it's not ideal if you want to do a larger configuration. This is really great for on-the-go people, people who vlog, or people who just want to create videos with their phone. Social media probably is a big seller that is so easy to use, and you don't even have to think about it. So if you're interested in that, I've got a link in the description. And beyond that, thanks for watching. I'm getting kind of cold out here. This is Blake Calhoun, and I will see you in the next video.